Guys, Marslingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so for today's video, I wanted to show off all of the heroes, or crossover, because technically this Toa is not on heroes, the full Demon Waifus team. We're doing this on the PEPPY GALS ESBR, so using double Videl leads, because obviously she is the best PEPPY GALS lead. We're going to have them both floating off in slot 3, because they do get that extra built-in dodge chance if they're in slot 3. So they're not going to be providing too much to the rotations outside of one or two links like Battlefield Diva, stuff like that. But the main focus is going to be all of the Demon Girls. So we've got the Demon Goddess Toa and Demon Goddess Poutine, the free-to-play one. We have the Easy A Darkness Toa. We have Robel. And, of course, we have the Tech Toa. Now, Tech Toa is at her best when the full rotation is Extreme class. So we're going to have her floating in the third spot as well, because then all of our rotations, our main rotation units, are Extreme. So she will be getting that extra buff. But as we can see here, she's only going to have to take attacks from Goku, so that's fine. So we'll go ahead and start off with attacking Tien. We'll go ahead and seal you, and then we might as well attack Goku as well. I'm going to pop a defensive item turn 1, just because we're kind of relying on Videl's dodge otherwise, especially against like the type disadvantage attacks. Knowing my luck, she's now going to go ahead and dodge every single one. Okay, there you go. So actually, that's the best case scenario, of course, for Videl, to dodge and then be hit by an attack, because then she gets all of her full buffs. We've got a 2 dupes Videl friend. Mine is still 55%. I literally did the couple of summons you guys saw in my summon video and then dipped from the Kale and Caulifla banner, so didn't actually pull any of the featured units outside of Kale and Caulifla, Kabe, and then what was it? I got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as my guaranteed featured on the 3rd discount step. So because I'm not somebody that uses Videl basically ever, not really interested in buying any extra copies of her with red coins. I've always said in the past, unless there's like a specific Dokkan Fest exclusive TUR that you really want, because they're like a category lead for a team that you really want to run, I still think the best bet for your red coins is to be saving them for Dokkan Fest LRs, personally. So we've already got you sealed. That gives Robel quite a significant attack buff, so I'm actually going to get her to attack Goku here. And then we have the Demon Goddess Poutine. So she's the free-to-play farmable unit. She raises attack and defense for 1 turn on Super, so she's got reasonable defense after supering. She has a medium chance to stun, and then she gets fairly solid attack and defense. She gets more per crossover ally on the team, self-excluded. So that's everybody on this team except for the 2 Videls. So almost got the max buff. She gets an additional attack buff when the enemy is stunned or sealed, and then she gives crossover allies some support. She debuffs the enemy's attack and seals just with her normal attacks as well, which is very good. So, we were attacking Goku with Robel, so let's go ahead. She's not going to get the attack buff for attacking Tien, but we want to apply some of the status effects to him as well. And so let's get Demon Goddess Toa to attack him. We've still got the Whis up. Rebel, of course, has a built-in chance to dodge. But, I mean, with the Whis active and type advantage, she's obviously not taking any damage from Tien. And then look at that, 4 million attack stat. Mine is 90% and not link leveled. So as you can see, she gets a pretty significant attack buff when the enemy is already sealed. And just like the Super Saiyan 4s from the previous year, she's one of the units that does not have an awakening. So when that eventually happens, she's obviously going to be even better. So definitely looking forward to seeing the awakenings for her and the Brainwashed Supreme Kai of Time. I mentioned this in a previous video, but I do feel like they might actually awaken next year. We normally see a 2-year gap between awakenings, but if you think about the units that potentially will be awakening on next year's celebration, like if we think about the ones that specifically have been out for 2 years, it's only the Super Saiyan 4s. So it would mean that technically only the Super Saiyan 4s would awaken, which is 2 units. And as we know, the Heroes banners are pretty much always split up into being the Heroes units that awaken and then the new units. And that's how they make up the 10 featured units on the banner. So if we only get 2 awakenings next year, it means there'd have to be 8 new units, which would be awesome, but I don't see that happening somehow. I think it's more likely that they will awaken all 4 of the units that don't have awakenings, and then there will be 6 new units on the banner, which would be pretty awesome. But of course, that remains to be seen. So the awakenings for Rebel and Brainwashed Supreme Kai of Time, definitely have the potential to be very, very powerful. We did not finish off TN, unfortunately, but Videl tanking pretty well in the final spot there. So let's go ahead and we will probably finish off TN here. Well, we definitely will. I think we probably should just go for finishing him off. He's already sealed, so obviously Robel gets the attack buff against him. And then we'll go ahead and do this, and then do this in the last spot here. So Robel getting the dodges here is definitely going to be important for the attacks from Goku. Because, yeah, she takes 129k if she doesn't dodge in slot 1. That is pretty severe. But then look at that. Post-Super, her defense is very, very high. She does get basically most of her defense on Super, but she has that built-in dodge. So on teams like this particular team build, apart from the Videls, who we're floating off, none of these units are particularly strong in slot 1, which is why we're kind of using her as a slot 1 unit and basically just hoping for that good dodge RNG. But you see here down below, look at our HP, we are getting the heal from one of the towers. Basically, almost all of the towers on this team have like a healing thing built in. And look at this, Easy A tower, all of her links active. She's sitting at 300k defense. So yeah, her Easy A, very, very good. So let's go ahead and just grab these same type orbs here. And then, yeah, the triple tower rotation is going to finish off Goku here. Double-digit damage from the normal attacks, and then a 4.4 million attack. Now, obviously, this is a full support rotation, but considering that she is a support unit, that is pretty good. So, there we go. Plus, actually, depending on who got their buff, I don't know how low our HP was, because below 30%, that is the Easy A Toa's buff. If it was below 50%, it would be the Int Toa's buff. Both of them give a heal and an attack buff. But the AGL Easy A Toa does give more of a buff. So obviously it kind of depends who's actually went off there. So here we definitely want, oh, this is the other thing as well about Robel. She has a 50% chance, as long as there's a hero's ally on the turn, to show the enemy's super attacks. So we are able to see that Gohan is going to super attack at the back here. So we definitely want to go ahead and seal him, which we can do with Demon Goddess Poutine here. So we'll go ahead and seal Vegeta with Robel and then attack you. And then we'll go for Vegeta with Videl. We'll go ahead and pop this, nerf all the normal attacks because we know there's no supers in slot 1. So then we will just go ahead and fire off this attack with Videl in the back. So still a lot of damage with type disadvantage there from Robel. Like I say, she's not really designed to be a slot 1 unit, but we don't really have a lot of units on this particular team build outside of the Videls that are good in slot 1. Now, obviously, we're doing this for the meme, for like the theme of the video, the Demon Goddess waifus, but realistically, if you were going to run this team build to beat PEPPY GALS ESBR, like for the first time if you needed to beat it, you would run Videl on main rotation, obviously, but we are deliberately not doing that because we want to have all of our demon girls on rotation. So obviously this rotation, AGL Toa is definitely the best option for slot 1. Let's go ahead and seal Krillin here. And then we'll get Videl. We'll keep focusing the Videls on dealing damage to Vegeta in slot 3. Because we are going to get the Dokkan attack. Now, we could get, if we can time this out right, we want to probably get the Dokkan attack with Robel against an enemy who is already sealed, because then she's going to get that massive attack buff, and it's going to be a very powerful Dokkan attack. So the only downside to running this team, I mean, like I said, it's kind of a meme team, but we are having to use items. Like when you go into a new fight straight away, you definitely want to be popping like a Whis or an Icarus or something like that. But I often advise that when it comes to Super Battle Road in general, I think using a damage reduction item like that on the first turn is just good to do anyway. So let's get rid of Krillin because he's already sealed. So we're going to get the attack buff against him. I think, yeah, if we... Oh, we can't get those. We'll get those with you then. Because I was going to say, we want to try and get the... Vegeta is... Oh, it's Gohan super attacking. So we'll seal him in case he survives the Dokkan attack. And then we'll get... Actually, I guess we might as well just target everybody. Get all the seals going here. So we should get the Dokkan attack here. And let's see how this is going to look for us damage-wise. There's the dodge. And what's her attack stat actually going to be here? 3.9, yeah. So that's obviously the good thing about running all of these demon waifus is that apart from Robel, they're all support units. So we are getting a lot of support on this rotation. So she is rocking just under a 4 million attack stat. I would imagine that this should be Vegeta dead and potentially Krillin as well. Depends whether she gets crits. Yeah, she crit Krillin. So yeah, both of them are dead and only Gohan remains. He is going to get sealed up here by Poutine, as well as attack lowered. So he still does quite a bit of damage to her, because she is a free-to-play unit at the end of the day, with type disadvantage in ESBR. But we got the Dokkan attack this turn, so obviously we are getting a nice heal, basically back to full. And then we should be... Will we finish him off this turn? Maybe. I mean, obviously, Darkness Tower is going to do quite a decent amount of damage here in slot 1. Videl should do a reasonable amount of damage in slot 3. So, do we get the finish here? Yeah, 3.7 for Darkness Tower. She definitely got a crazy improvement. Like, she was good as a support unit before, but she aged out quite a bit, like, defensively. And now, not only is she, like, very, very strong, but that buff that they gave her as well is even more crazy now, because it's under 30% HP once only. She gives you a 100% heal, so you just get a full heal. But she gives extreme allies a 60% attack and defense buff, which is pretty crazy. See, here again, this is another perfect example of, like, really we should put Videl in slot 1. So, I mean, I think we've kind of, we've played out the meme quite a lot, like, throughout the whole video so far. I don't want the final fight to drag, so let's go ahead and actually have Videl on rotation. And we'll throw out our various seals here. We'll go ahead and pop the other Whis. I love the fact, I've mentioned this in tons of videos before, but when they finally added Whis to, like, the barbershop, it went from being one of the items that I had the least of to now I just have so many of them. So, quite happy to just spam those in difficult events. Obviously, Videl in slot 1 getting the double super guaranteed is very good here. Do a very significant amount of damage to Oolong. And we get the additional normal. Still fairly decent damage. Obviously, you can see Robel, her attack stat, nothing too crazy if the enemy is not sealed. 1.7. I mean, it's not terrible for a unit that doesn't have an awakening. But she does so many other things that I don't think it's really that much of an issue. She got all the dodges in there, which was good. Poutine raising defense on super means that the double super here is very, very good as well. Obviously, we've got the item active, but it means that we play that off very, very well defensively. And then look at this, another very strong turn here. So is everybody sealed? Oolong is not sealed. Okay, so let's go for... She actually... I think... Does everybody seal on super attack? No, she just greatly lowers attack and defense. So she could potentially get supered by Oolong here. But let's go ahead and attack him with her, because she's obviously going to deal a pretty significant amount of damage. And then we'll just go where the type advantage is here. And then in case he does survive, we'll go for the attack with the Tech Toa as well. So we've got the full Toa rotation again here, ready to put in some work. Nearly 4 million attack from Darkness Toa. Very close to taking out Oolong. And then look at that, double super. So that should be him done. Yep, very, very good. Yeah, Darkness Toa, man, crazy. Literally any team that you can run her on as a support unit now, I feel like she's like an auto-include on the team. Because she's solid enough to hold her own. And then if you do get that buff, it's actually crazy. Like, if you go back and watch the video I did for Mechikabra when I finally got him to level 10 links. Actually, no, I think it was just before. He, on the turn where she got that heal buff for the 60% attack and defense to the allies, he got like a 10 million attack stat. Basically off the back of her like doing that, which is pretty crazy. So you're not sealed, so this could be dangerous for Robel. She does have the seal on super though, so I think even though I'd like to attack Roshi because he's already sealed and get the big attack buff for Robel, I think we kind of need to seal Yamcha here in case he super attacks her and she doesn't dodge. That would be definitely very bad. So, and of course that's... Okay, he didn't. I was going to say, that's of course hoping that he doesn't super in slot 1 here. But Videl got a dodge and got hit, so she got all of her buffs. So we get the double super attack here. Obviously, post-super, her defense is pretty crazy, especially after double supering. So she should tank reasonably well here. There's no attacks from Yamcha, so there's no risk of him super attacking her. And then Robel's going to come in and seal Yamcha. So, unfortunately, very low attack. There's no supports on the rotation, so obviously this is like the worst possible turn for Robel. But even so, that seal definitely coming in very handy. She got one of the dodges, which is good, considering we saw just how much damage she actually takes from the attacks that actually landed. But let's see. We don't want to get supered in slot 1. Everybody is attack lowered. Actually, Yamcha is not attack lowered. Yeah, I mean, she's got 300k defense. She shouldn't take too much damage from Roshi here. The only downside will be, of course, if she gets super attacked by Roshi. That would be very bad. But we'll go ahead and do this. And then... yeah, I think we should be okay. Let's go ahead and do this. So, just don't super attack me. Yeah, see, normal attack, 100 damage. ESBR, no items active now. Obviously, a lot of support on the rotation, but... takes no damage from type disadvantage attacks. Very, very good. And now we're just going to get a whole bunch of status effects applied onto Roshi. Sealed, attack lowered multiple times. So we are in the end game now, as they say. Double super from Darkness Tower. And yeah, it's not looking good for Roshi here. Not dealing a lot of damage, but look at this. Poutine with the buff from the enemy being sealed. 3.2 million attack. That's a free-to-play farmable unit. She's rainbowed for me already, but she's not link leveled at all. She's full link level 1. So, very, very good. And of course, Roshi is stunned and sealed. So, Robel's going to get all of her buffs. Does she finish him off here in slot 1? 2.99, because we don't have a full Extreme Girls rotation for all the buffs and everything. So, as you can see, Tech Toa... Tech Toa, unironically, like the weakest unit on the team, and we have a free-to-play unit here. So, yeah, there you go. The full, almost full, Demon Waifu team. You would be able to run a full Heroes Waifu team if they just put the Supreme Kais of Time on PEPPY Gals. Kind of understandable that the Youth Form one isn't, but, like, Supreme Opie should be on here, surely. And then you'd be able to run a full crossover team. Well, you'd be able to run a full heroes team using the Darkness Toa's lead if you could put those Supreme Kais of Time on here. But unfortunately, you can't. So this was as close as we could get for the full Demon Waifu team. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.